Yes, my friend, blessed art thou, because today, while the showers of blessings in form of rain, I'm glad to be here reporting from Wind City of Chicago, where we have winners. National records being broken in Chicago. Marathon this morning. There was a scary moment in the marathon in the men category. The world record of Kelvin Kiptum was being threatened. So it looked. It didn't happen. The winner, Jacob Kiplimo, the Ugandan, wins by almost 90 seconds, ahead of everybody else, including Amos Kipruto and Alex Masai, the Kenyans, who are 2-3. The Ugandan takes it all in 2:02.23. Imagine that is just how fast marathon is. Forget about anything else I've just said. When people talk of 2 hours, 2 minutes and 23 seconds, you might think, oh, well, it's normal. That is still very quick. One of the best times you'll ever find in marathon from Chicago, my friend. The host city of this year's 2025 marathon, Jacob Kiplimo. I think I have somebody in Kenya who should be excited because they had picked this guy to be the threat. John Korirum, I thought, was going to go three-peat, seems to fade. He doesn't even make it to the finish line, so I thought, or according to the report I'm getting from Chicago Ground Zero. On the women's category is Ethiopia and more Ethiopians, because that's how loaded they were. Hawi Feysa wins it in 2:14, one of the best times on the women. Hopefully this stands the test of drugs. Because last time it was 2:10, it was nullified and found to be their disgraceful event with Ruchi Mngetich. The Ethiopian wins it, Hawi Feysa of Ethiopia. That's on the women category. I think we had a Kenyan who was top. I think top 4 was a Kenyan there. If I'm looking down the results here, on the women, we had third place was Magdalena Shauri from Tanzania. Hey, Shauri, huh? Shauri Magdalena from Tanzania gets third place in 2:18. Do you remember in Tokyo, the winner was some guy whom I tried even to name Simba? You remember my narrative? Tanzania is producing some marathon runners. And Magdalena Shauri does not disappoint here. Fourth place was Lois Chemnung, a Kenyan there, by the way. She makes it very exciting there at the end because the times were very close with Shauri. Fifth place was Mary Ngugi Cooper. I gave her a mention yesterday. A great woman, a great athlete. The top American was Natosha Rogers and Dakota Poppen. And that's it. That's what happens there. And of course, there's something special we have to talk about this marathon. A 23 years old American record by Khalid Kanuchi, former Moroccan, became an American, broke this record 23 years ago in 2:05. Connor Maz has been getting himself ready for this one. He's been upcoming. He had a 2:05 in Boston. He comes here, smashes the American record 2:04.43, I think is his record right now. But 2:04 is still an incredible time. But look at how America record is compared to the rest of the world. I guess it's still a gap of 2 minutes if you want to look at the winning time here in Chicago. But American record was smashed today. Khalid Kanuchi's record is bye-bye, as Connor Mantz, the American, takes the mantle and says, we have it now 23 years later. Wind City, winners, take it all. What an incredible event it was. World record still stands with Kelvin Kiptum. 2:02.23 was the winning time in Chicago Boston Marathon in the men's category. Hawi Feysa, the Ethiopian, 2:14. What else do we have to talk about other than saying that's what happens in in Chicago? Like I said yesterday, one of the toughest things to do in marathon is to think you can predict. You can only predict so much in marathons because they went out very quick. It was like a 60, the first half marathon, half point, which is what, 13 miles. They were doing it at 60, and then they came back with a 62. Still fast. Maybe they went too fast, but the gap of the margin of winning and the margin for the winner here, Jacob Kiplimo of Uganda of 90 seconds is still a good gap. And for the women, of course, 2:14, 2:17 was second place. Alemu, whom I thought people were thinking she had what it takes to win. She doesn't. She's relegated to second place in 2:17. That's almost 3 minutes gap on the women. Dominance on the women, 3 minutes gap. 90 seconds for men is a gap from 1 to 2. Those are still tells you the supremacy of the winners in this Chicago Marathon. Telling you, my friend, these guys still working. I'm still trying to get myself back in good rhythm physically. But that was my report for today. Enjoy the rest of that weather out there, which is rainy, cloudy, and pouring down. Shalom, mahasalemi, ubarikiwe sana. Be blessed.